What is going on YouTube? Dr. Way here. And I felt like this video needed to happen after I made the KvK 2 and 3 open field tier list, because while it was a great general video, it doesn't give you a lot of the context, which is okay, I know these commanders are good, but if I'm bringing one march, what should it be? Two marches, what should it be? Three marches, four marches, five marches, right? I'm going to do that in this video. Amen. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay. So I already determined what I think the best five marches is, and ultimately you're going to make some combination. You're going to use these commanders to do whatever, where there's pair one, two, three, four, five. Because I think that in almost every situation, there might be a few scenarios that I miss out on, but generally for open field combat, KvK 2 and 3, I think that these are the commanders that are going to come out on top. Okay. So I'll go ahead and say one march. If I had to say one march that's going to give you the most versatility and give you the biggest bang for your buck, it's going to be uh it's going to be Alexander with YSG. Um, for all the reasons I said in the previous video, you got the AoE debuff, you got the AoE damage, you got march speed. You're a little bit squishier, but for how much damage you're going to be doing, you're fine. That's if you're bringing one pair, and that's I wouldn't see like what, oh, I'm cavalry main, I'm archer main. It doesn't fucking matter. You're bringing this if it's one march. I don't care what you are. You know. Now, for the sake of the argumentation, right? Let's say you really didn't want to. You wanted to bring YSG, but not Alex. The only other thing that you could do with one pair, I guess you could do Salad and YSG. And I'll say, okay. I'll just say okay. But I honestly think that Alex and YSG is better. Now, if I had to bring a second march, I'm still going to keep Alex YSG together, in my opinion. There's different combinations you could do, but I'm going to say what I would do. Then I would probably do Saladin with Ethel. I would get Saladin and Ethel in there if I trying to put Saladin first, but it's not letting me be great. Okay, I'll just move her. It wasn't letting me be great. Okay, I'll use Saladin with Ethel because I think getting Ethel in there with the debuff is fantastic. I think you want to be debuffing. It adds a lot of utility. Like you say, well, why don't you just do Saladin with Med? Well, it's just because of ability to debuff. Like being able to debuff enemies helps out not only yourself but others, and that's what you want in the field. I think these are two very good options. Like, let's say you didn't have Saladin, which I don't. I just swapped it for Richard Ethel, and I think that that's fine. For the same reasons, like shit, like Martell Ethel is even a little bit weaker of an option, but you can still do it, right? You can still do it. Though that's pair two. It's basically like the second pair is just getting Ethel flag in there. So like we're here right now. So now, if I was doing a third march, I'm all about balance. So for the sake of balance, let's get Edward and Tamaris on here. Okay, I got Edward. I got Tamaris, just so I can like do all of this skill damage and do more of it. Fine. Okay, now we're talking about bringing an additional either infantry or cavalry march. I don't think running another cavalry march is valid. So you're either gonna do another archer infantry march. I think there's way more infantry options, obviously, as you can tell about a chart. So you can do a few things, but what I honestly like the most is trying to bring Richard in for Saladin and then get Saladin with Khan. I like that. Um Now you might say, why don't I just use Martell with Richard, with Ethel, whatever. But the reason why I like Richard with Ethel is because he slows down 5 enemies. That will help when you do the AOE for Ethelflad. That will make all those enemies that you just slowed take more damage from the AOE. That's something that can't really happen with Martell. It can happen with Constantine, I guess. But we'll talk about Constantine later. He's like an extra. Okay. So now we got these 4 marches, and then if I was trying to throw one more march into it, because I just had to make 5. I think throwing Martell in here is good. And then like Sun Tzu is good. Now at this point, you have some customization that you can do. I definitely uh wouldn't break up. Definitely wouldn't break up. You can't break up pair 3 and 4. Like you can't break up Saladin, Khan. You can't break up Edward with Tamiris, but you can break up some of these other guys. Like at this point, like I might actually swap these two because it makes it more balanced. Like your Alex, YSG would be very squishy comparative to these other marches. So for balance sake, having Martell with Isong might actually be a little bit better because Sun Tzu makes Alex tankier, Martell makes YSG tankier. I might do something like that for 5 pairs. Like if you wanted to drop Martell and Sun Tzu out of it, which you can do, bring him back up. You can do Constantine with Joan. I think that's a great support march. You already got one support march here, but it does do okay damage. So this is a little bit, less damage heavy. You can get if you want to make 2 archer marches, you can use because at this point it's just like what troop type you want to use. You can split up this if you had this is a whale. Like whales are gonna bring 5 marches, and maybe I'll speak about that here in a second. Like what would you do if you're like free to play and stuff like, but I'm just trying to give you the options. And then you can bring Sun Tzu back into it. Should I even like kind of Mehmed in a way, but Sun Tzu fine. Something like this could be some marches. Now, if it was like a free to play, like this is what I think a free to play might have, like take these guys out. Like I think most free to plays will usually have this combo here. And they'll have like Martell. And then it's like weird because those are like infantry marches. But honestly though, like this is like the better things that free to play probably will be able to do, because all of these commanders are wheel commanders or commanders you can get for free or a gold key commander. So it's like I get their own infantry marches, but these are probably the best things like free to play can probably do. Some combination of these, because most free to play aren't going to have Saladin, and if they do, then fine. Like maybe you don't want to use Richard no more, because I say 3 marches is fine for free to play. Maybe use Saladin Ethel, something like this. why would you have Khan, Tamaris, or Edward at free to play at that point? And when that, you can use Constantine and Mulan too. I probably forgot to mention that. So this is what I would do for, you know, one pair. If you got 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, and then I gave you a little bit of variation in there as well. And that'll give you, this is just to give you a little bit more context to the first video. And you notice how all of the commanders that I said was S to A plus, those are pretty much the same commanders that I used in this video. So there you go. This is some of the options that you could do and what I would do if I had access to all of these commanders and they were all expertise. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. You're a wonderful person. See you in the next one.